Hello class, sorry I couldn't make it in today. Today we will be traveling across the great oceans to a country situated on the southeastern part of Asia, just south of China and surrounded by Vietnam and Thailand. Populated by over 14 million people, the area of Cambodia is just about the same size as Florida. The people of Cambodia are called Khmer people, after a long ruling family of the region. These people practice the Khmer version of Buddhism as their national religion. Legend says Cambodia was born through the union of a princess and a foreigner. The foreigner was an Indian Brahmin named Kundinya, and the princess was a daughter of a dragon king who ruled over a watery land. One day, as Kundinya sailed by, the princess paddled out in a boat to greet him. Kundinya then shot an arrow from his magical bow into her boat, causing the fearful princess to agree to marriage. In need of a dowry, her father drank up the waters of his land and presented them to Kundinya to rule over. The new kingdom was named Cambodia. Cambodia is a country that depends greatly on its natural resources. The most important part of their survival is the great river Tonle Sap. Unlike most rivers of the world, this river changes direction twice a year and floods a large amount of the country. For us, this may seem like a bad thing, but Cambodians host a 3-day-long festival called the Seven-Headed Snake Festival, celebrating the change of the current of the river, which opens their very important fishing season. There are many parts of Cambodia where floating houses and houses on tall stilts create the villages, and this is due to the Tonle Sap rising and falling. During the dry season, houses stand sometimes over 20 feet in the air, and people have to climb up ladders to get into their homes. And then during the wet season, they will park their boats right outside their front door. The capital of Cambodia is Phnom Penh, which is the largest and most densely populated city in the country. It has some very important buildings to Cambodian culture, including the Royal Throne Hall and the Independence Monument, which celebrates the Cambodians' independence from France in 1953. The instruments that are traditionally played in Cambodia are mostly percussion instruments of the xylophone and bell or gong families, and there are some drums as well. There are also some stringed instruments, much like the Chinese erhu that we learned about, and wind instruments that play much like our oboe, but can have up to 4 reeds that produce the sound. The written language of the Khmer people is a lot different than the text that we use here in America. It looks like this. Now that you've learned a little bit about the culture and history of Cambodia, you will now get to take part in some projects I've prepared for you. Have fun, guys!
Oh, hey there, class! How you doing? Sorry I wasn't able to make it into school today, but I planned a really fun activity for you guys to do while I'm out sick. So, what I have prepared for you guys is nice boxes, and you'll notice that these little holes cut in here. And that's because we're going to make some xylophones. Those are percussion instruments. And in the Cambodian culture, they have many different kinds of xylophones. They look a little different than the ones that we're going to make today, but don't worry about that. So, if you'll notice, on the ends of the sticks, I have written little dashes. And now on one of them, there's one dash. On another one, there's two dashes. And on this one, there's three. So the one with the one dash on it is going to go on your left. So when you're sitting down, it's going to be on your left-hand side. This is right for you when you're looking at me. I will just put myself on this. The second one, the one with two dashes, is going to go right in the middle. And then the third, three dashes, on the right-hand side, on your right, or left. Now, what else we're going to need is some pipe cleaners, or fuzzy sticks, whatever they say on them. And now, what you're going to do is you'll notice that there's holes. Ooh, I dropped the sticks, but that's okay, we can get back. There's holes right in this box. And what I'm going to do is secure the sticks in place when I get them back in place by putting these pipe cleaners through the holes, as you can see, and then tying them above. You might want to loop around the stick twice so it really stays in place. Like that. See, now it doesn't move. Same thing for these two. Twist underneath. Twist again. Whoa. Now that we've got that all set up, what I want you to do is take a smaller stick. We've noticed that smaller sticks work a lot better. And you hit the different dowels that we have here, and they make different sounds. As you'll notice, they sometimes move around, but that's okay. You can fix them with your hand. Now, what I would like you guys to do for the rest of the class is build your individual instruments and then make up your own songs. You guys can play in partners, but just make sure that your song is different from the person next to you. We're hanging out down here, and we're about to play a song for you. It's on the instruments that we just made.
Shaka!
Hello class, how's it going today? We're going to learn a Cambodian song. This song is called Leng Tai. Can you say that with me?
Leng Tai.
Now by yourselves.
Leng Tai.
Yeah, that's it. It actually means wash your hands in our language. Now, this song is performed by all the little kids that are in elementary school. You know what that means?
Just like us.
Yeah, yeah. So at your age, over in their country, Cambodia, they learn this song and everyone does it. So we're going to learn it today. Now, repeat after me, okay? Ku ku ne na men ku.
Ku ne na men ku.
One more time. Ku ne na men ku.
Ku ne na men ku.
Good. Let's try to do it together. First line.
Cu cu nè na men cu.
Good, let's move on. Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Big. Let's do it together now.
Cambodia.
Bao Jing Zu.
Bao Jing Su.
Good, good. Let's try that whole line together. 1, 2, 3.
Cambodia. Bao Jing Su.
Good. Let's put both of the first two lines together now. Ready? 1, 2.
Cu cu nè na men cu. Cambodia. Bao Jing Su.
Moving on. Mui gam pe gam.
Môi cam bê cam.
Good, good. One more time. Mui gam
Bê cam.
Now you guys.
Môi cam bê cam.
Song leng pong.
Sông lên bông.
Now together.
Sông lên bông.
Manam leng tu.
Manon.
Let me do that one more time for you. Manam leng te.
Nào lên chè.
Good. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to sing it first, and you guys are going to repeat it back to me and try to follow the interpretation that I give on it, okay? Ku ku ne na men ku.
Cu cu nè na men cu.
Good. Let's just start over right there, because it sounded like you were a little hesitant. One more time. Ready? Ku ku ne na men ku.
Cu cu nè na men cu.
Kabot sen.
Bộ sen.
Bao jing zu.
Bao Jing Su.
Mui gam pui gam.
Môi cam bê cam.
Som leng pong.
Sông lên bông.
Manao leng te.
Nào lên chè.
Great. You want to try it all together?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're not going to put any breaks in between to call and respond. We're all going to do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Cu cu nè na men cu. Bộ sen. Bao Jing Su. Môi cam bê cam. Sông lên bông. Nào lên chè.
Yeah, we learned a Cambodian song. Great job, class.
Hi, welcome to the Cambodia dance class. In the Cambodia dance always make a very important position in the Cambodia culture. In each dance, it has a classic dance and folk dance. In the classic dance, it has two of the most performed classic dances are the blessing dance and the fairy dance. And another is folk dance. There are many kinds of dance in their folk dance. And today I will introduce the blessing dance for you. And it is traditionally performed at the beginning of a ceremony to great bless and offer good wishes to the audience. It was originally performed only for the king and other members of royal family, the leaders of country and the official guests. The dancers gently toss the flower petals from their small garden urns to bless the audience and the event. So let's to learn how to play the blessing dance, and I have 3 steps for you to learn it. The first is very important things in this dance is the head gestures, and I will give you 5 gestures to make you learn this part. And the first one is a bob. So if it is a plant now, after the bob part, the next is can develop to a leaf. So the leaf gesture is the second gesture. A leaf, so develop a flower bud.
Oh.
Flower bud, use the first index finger. Yeah. So the flower bud will become what?
A flower.
Yes, a flower. It looks like a flower, right? Then the flower become a fruit. Yes, this is the 5 basic gestures in this dance. So let's review it. The first is a bud, then to a leaf,
A leaf.
then a flower bud,
Flower bud.
then to a flower.
A flower.
At last, it become a fruit.
A fruit.
Yes, this is the first step of the blessing dance. And when the dancers play this first part, in their dance always make a cup in their left hand, and the red hat makes some the gestures just now we learned in their bud, a leaf, or flower like that, and they walk to the center of the stage. Then the first part is finished. Then let's do the next part. The next part, when the dance stand in the center of the stage, then they will yelling down the ground and put their cup on the ground and in front of them. Then they use the both hands to make a blessing, and then to take their cup and stand up. Then you have finished the second step. It is very easy. Then to the last part of this dance is the blessing part. So when they dance, their left hand hold their cup and they will walk forward to their guests and use the right hand sprinkling their flower petals to their audience. That means they give their best wishes to them. Now I think you guys have learned how to play the blessing dance of Cambodia. Now let's to see a video about their dance in Cambodia to see the dance.
Alright class, if you think watching a shadow puppet is cool, you should try making one. I'm going to demonstrate making a tree for you. It doesn't really have to look like a tree. I mean, it doesn't have to be very intricate. You just want to make it look like a tree. But whatever you do, make sure you draw it out first before making the cut. Simple little tree right there, can you see it? Yeah. So you just cut it out. I'm going to put the tip back on the marker. And the cut doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get roughly around the lines. I'm doing that right now. My tree. But the cuts are important because you won't be able to see the lines in the shadow, of course, that's why. And there's our tree right there. What are we going to do with it? We're going to tape it. What are we going to tape it to? Our nose? No! We're going to be taping it to this. The paint stirrer, your great instructor provided. We got tape right here. Doing this very quickly so you can try it yourselves. And just should probably be on a little bit tighter so it doesn't flap and look distorted in the shadow image. I think the stir for the tree looks good enough, but you can see that it grows up. And you just hold it up to the screen, make sure you're not in the camera if you're recording. And for the rest of the shadows, the characters, you just move them where they're supposed to move. If some are bigger than others, then put them toward the screen. If they're smaller, move them away from the screen. That's shadows. Please, have fun. Thank you.
There were 3 animals who were friends: a deer, a crow, and a tortoise. One day, the deer went to look for food in the forest, and she was caught in a hunting trap. When the tortoise and the crow went to search for the deer, they saw her in the trap. They asked her, "Why did you not see the trap?" The deer told them, "Oh, friends, I was wrong. Please help to save my life." The crow and the tortoise agreed to help the deer. The crow went to get some water to soften the trap, while the tortoise gnawed at it. They gnawed the trap from evening to dawn, but they could not gnaw through it. They could cut only 2 strings. When they saw the hunter coming, the crow and the tortoise told the deer, "Friend, the hunter will be here soon. We can gnaw only 2 strings. You must break the trap yourself." While the 3 animals spoke to one another, the hunter came, and the crow and the tortoise left the deer alone and entered the forest to wait for her. When the deer saw the hunter come near her, she broke the trap and ran away into the forest. The hunter was very sorry to lose the deer and tried to run after her to bring her back. But the hunter could not run as fast as the deer, so he looked around and saw the tortoise hiding in the bushes. The hunter brought the tortoise back and set the trap again. When the crow saw the hunter take the tortoise, he told the deer a plan to save the tortoise from the hunter. The crow said to the deer, "Let the hunter run after you. He will drop the tortoise, and then you can run into the forest." The deer agreed. When the deer ran near the hunter, she pretended to have a broken leg and only walked on 3 legs. The hunter did not know the deer's tricks and thought that the deer had a broken leg because she was caught by the trap. The hunter chased after the deer, and the deer started to run away. But when the deer looked back, she saw the hunter did not drop the tortoise, so she pretended to be hurt and ran slowly again. The hunter thought, "What good is this tortoise? He has only enough meat for 2 meals, but the deer will give me a lot of meat." So the hunter dropped the tortoise into the bush. The deer saw the hunter drop the tortoise, and she let the hunter get closer to her. When the two were far enough away from the place where the hunter dropped the tortoise, the deer ran back around the hunter and picked up the tortoise with her mouth. The crow, doing his part, guided them into the forest. There they lived peacefully for the rest of their time.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanaro. I came from Cambodia and I grew up in my country called Cambodia, and this semester is my first semester in Maslow.
Chàng miết cầu tí cha por tre khai prào le hao cha quăng tre ma hăn một tờ can cha tre ma gión tùng le chắc dễ cho chào la
That's good.
I'm thinking money. Money!
Like, I didn't say that. Lie. Laying lie.
Laying lie.
Oh, die?
Chàng miết cầu tí cha tre khai prào le hao cha quăng tre chân cha tre ma gión tùng le chắc dễ cho chào la cất lai chay một kẻ to bầu hôi xin ngót áo ho một kẻ to bầu xin ngót ngắt áo chụp một kẻ to bầu xin ngót ngắt áo chụp một kẻ to bầu chàng miết cầu tí cha quăng tre khai prào le hao cha quăng tre ma